Usually when you first start something, nobody's good at it. Usually everybody sucks. You don't know the rules of the game. You forget stuff. You don't really know how to follow the rules and what movements do. When most people are brand new to something, they suck. But it's okay because you're brand new. It's all good because there's that understanding of you still gotta learn. You still gotta figure this thing out. You still gotta get your strategy. You still gotta understand what's going on, you know? Don't get lost in the sauce. Like, catch up, get the context. Okay, this happened because of this happened, you know? That's usually how it is. When you're brand new to something, you don't know what you don't know. You don't know what you do know. You just know what you see. But even knowing what you see doesn't really make sense. When you're brand new, it's just tough. It's tough because you have to learn how to play the game. You have to learn the game and then obviously learn how to play it, which is double-sided. When you're brand new to something, it's hard to let your skill set show because you don't really know the rules. You don't really know what you're doing. You don't really know how to let your skill set show. You don't really have a strategy. You're just doing things. You're just haphazard. And yeah, there's people that have natural talent and they're naturally good at certain things. But even them, they still have problems. It's not like they're amazing at something that they're naturally talented. They still have flaws. I mean, I guess you're gonna always have flaws, but I don't know. It's just when you're brand new to something, you still have to learn it, basically. You still gotta understand the rules. You're still growing to a certain extent. Growing in information, growing in understanding, just growing in knowledge about whatever it is. So when I say that, as a new Uber driver, you don't know what you don't know. So most Uber drivers just hit accept. When they see a little ping, they just hit accept. Accept. $5 for 27 miles, accept. $20 for 2 hours, accept. 4.2 rated passenger, accept. 3.2 rated passenger, accept. It's paying, I don't know, 20 cents a mile, accept. Because new drivers don't know. They haven't gone through it. You know, new drivers, when somebody throws up in their car, they get mad, yeah, but they don't know to call Uber and try to get a cleaning fee. Obviously, you gotta go to the actual car wash and get an invoice and all of that stuff. New drivers don't know that, so they just like, oh man, it's SOL. When you're new, you think you gotta follow the GPS on the app. You know, when you're new, you think you gotta do everything that the passenger said. When you're new, when you see those threatening emails and the crazy messages from Lyft, you bow down. You cave in because it's like, oh man, I don't want to. Damn, I just started. I don't want to get fired. Y'all know when you're new, you cave into the gamification. I mean, you know, realistically, these apps are all about gamification for a reason, you know, but when you're new, you're definitely more subjective to it because you don't know. You don't know. But it's just one of those things. It's definitely one of those things. You don't know what you don't know. So what sets a new person apart from an experienced person? What sets a new person apart from somebody that has done this for years? What sets a new person from an older school person, I guess? It's experience. It's experience and strategy. It's obviously the knowledge of different situations, which is basically experience. So when I say, what would you do if somebody throws up in your car? An experienced person already knows I'm getting the cleaning fee. One, I'm probably not going to let that person in my car because they look like they're drunk. But if if it does happen, I'm definitely getting the cleaning fee. I'm going to get the invoice. I'm going to do this. And, that's an experienced person. A new person is like, well, I hope it doesn't happen. Yeah, right? A new person just has hopium, which is cool. But, it's hopium. What does hopium do, Like, opium does nothing. We don't believe in opium over here. So, yeah, the whole point of this video is just like the difference between a new person and an older person, not in terms of age, but just a more experienced person, a veteran, isn't really no difference in terms of them as a person. It's just the older person has been through other experiences that the new person still has to go through. Same caliber people, they put on the same pants. But that's why the veteran can make a little bit more money than the newbie. Because the newbie doesn't have that strategy. Doesn't understand, okay, when I'm in this market, I should do this. When I'm going through this area, I should do that. They just accept. They're just blindly accepting, which is cool, but it's just, you're going to lose money. You're going to lose the money that you make. But that's the benefit. That's the reason why two people can be in the same market, but one person is making more money than the other. That's the reason. And just because you have experience doesn't necessarily mean that doesn't mean that you're going to be that person that's making more money. It's not just experience, not just being on the platform, not just going through a lot of things, but it's perfect experience. Perfected experience. It's when you're constantly revitalizing your strategy. When your strategy is battle tested over and over and over. And the best way to have a battle tested strategy is to keep having to use it. It's like, okay, it worked today. It didn't work yesterday, so maybe I need to tweak something. Okay, it works next week, but I can kind of see how, there's flaws in it. Okay, it works the following week, and then it works the following week after that. Okay, my strategy is pretty solid. It's like it's battle tested. But that's the difference between a new driver and a veteran. A new driver doesn't have that battle tested strategy. All they know is I turn on the app, I'm trying to make money, and I go from there. So, yeah, man, I just kind of wanted to reiterate strategy, experience is so vital, It's so important. It's so important because it's the biggest teacher. And not just any experience. When your experiences shape your strategy, man, you go through the roof. But that's what nobody's going to tell you. Nobody's going to tell you, hey, you want the best strategy? Follow this guy on YouTube. Or people are going to say, oh, yeah, you just cherry pick. Just cherry pick. Or don't accept trash, Or, pivot. Get out of rideshare. That's all people are going to tell you. But they're not going to give you the real answer of, you got to figure this thing out for yourself. It has to go through your experiences. You got to figure out your strategy. That's when you know you really got something going. But that's why you have so much negative information out here. Because a lot of people aren't willing to go through this. Everybody just wants the glory. But nobody wants to read the story. That's my quote. Everybody wants the glory, but nobody actually wants to read or write the story. I don't know. I'll have it better next time. But yeah, with that being said, man, just want to catch you guys up. So if you've seen the video yesterday, I was talking about, so I was in a challenge this weekend. If you caught wind of my channel, you probably seen that I was live for pretty much majority of the weekend. Now, I was in and out of the live stream. Unfortunately, on Friday, my phone basically gave up on me. Yeah, my phone, so the verdict, the ending verdict is that my phone had water damage. How did it have water damage? When did it get water damage? I don't know. They say that these phones are sealed. They say that these phones, I don't know. But that's what they said. So my phone had water damage. If you watch the video from yesterday, you'll kind of see, I show you. But basically, like, my camera lenses are all fogged up. I took it to 3 different shops. The first guy was the one that had the phone the longest. He was the one that I kind of just thought would be good. He was the one that I thought, like, okay, he's gonna take care of the phone. I'm gonna be good. I can get back to work. So I brought my phone into him at 9. I didn't get word back until like 2, 3 o'clock when he told me that, hey, the phone should be okay. I'm like, should? What do you mean? And what I should have known was that he was also the one that got his money up front. So to leave my phone, he told me to put the money, pay for the phone, pay for the repair. Because what he said was, all you got to do is just replace the battery, and I'll replace a couple cables and you'll be fine. But then again, this morning my phone didn't look like what it looked like. That Friday morning, my phone didn't look like what it looked like in the evening after everybody had tried to fix it. I don't know if they agitated the water. I don't know, maybe he put the water there. I don't know. The phone was resetting, but I don't know. So, but what I was saying was, if you caught the video yesterday, I was in a challenge this weekend with Red from Gig Wars, and it was a gig war. The whole point of the challenge was who can make the most in a weekend. So it was me as a rideshare driver against her as a delivery driver. But the unfortunate part is Friday, I didn't really get to work. So, yeah. But now Saturday and Sunday, which is what today is, obviously, I hit almost $400 every single day. It's only 2 days, but you get the point. I tried to bring myself back. I tried to overcome that loss. And probably I would have, but it is what it is. And now that's the point of yesterday's video. It is what it is. life goes on. So unfortunately, if you've been keeping up with this war, I did lose. I lost today. I lost by 150 points. $150, not points. A loss is a loss. But when you know it's like, it's just $150, man, it hurts just a little bit. But yeah, so she said that she's gonna get back to me about the shirt that I have to wear. So coming soon, you'll see me in a video wearing a shirt saying I got beat by Red from Gig Wars or whatever shirt she designs. So just to keep you guys updated, that is what happened. I did take a L, but it's okay. You know, life goes on. It's just unfortunate because, yeah, I knew without a shadow of a doubt there was no way that I was gonna lose that if I could have worked all 3 days. But, you know, woulda, coulda, shoulda, right? Woulda, coulda, shoulda. It didn't happen like that. So, but yeah, like I said, she gets all of the credit because she smacked me. $150 is still a lot of money. $150 is definitely a lot of meals, groceries. I don't know about a house payment, but, you know, it's pretty decent. It's a decent amount, you know. So, but yeah, with that being said, as you see, I'm just walking around, getting my little walk in, trying to be a little bit more healthy, you know. So with that being said, man, I am out of here. I just wanted to update you guys. I also wanted to talk about the difference between a newbie and a veteran because, you know, this is what Uber won't tell you. They definitely won't tell you that, you know. We have a lot of newbie drivers. They're out on the streets. If you ever take a Lyft or Uber or whatever, you'll know they're a newbie because they just hit accept. I know we feel like every driver just understands that's trash and that's not trash, but they don't. They're just trying to make money, you know. So yeah, but yeah, like I said, now I'm rambling, so I'm out of here. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Deuces.